Back here now at 10:12 on Live Impact News on WCNC Plus. As promised, the man of the hour is here.
Hello.
He's happening. He's Chris Mulcahy talking to us about the weather. Feeling a little bit better as far as temperature goes. Chris?
Yeah, much better.
Looking for more warmth.
Yeah. What was great is yesterday we only hit the mid-40s. Well, we already are surpassing that, so that's good news. And by the way, my sleeves are rolled up, but there's no tornadoes, so that's usually a stipulation. They're like, uh-oh.
Something's going on.
Weatherman's got his sleeves rolled up, tied loose. And I was like, no, I just kind of lazily came in here. But anyways, 47 degrees is what we have right now. 14 mile per hour breeze. So when I left for work this morning around 2:15, the wind chimes were really active. And the bottom line today is going to be a very windy day. Temperatures outside of the Charlotte area, anywhere from 50 degrees from Albemarle down through Sherrod and Lancaster, and then not a big difference really from northwest to southeast. We have 46 degrees in the mountains, same temperature for you in Hickory, Morganton through the foothills, and then 47 degrees around Statesville. And we're starting to see a slightly brighter sky, but here's the difference. 44 yesterday, clouds didn't really help us out. And then today you will see some periods of sunshine, but it's that strong wind out of the southwest that's going to be cranking up Mother Nature's thermostat. Here's a look at what you can expect throughout the rest of the day. Excuse that 9 a.m. I know that already happened, but you're going to expect those temperatures to be mainly in the mid to the upper 50s to around 60 degrees, just waiting on that sunshine. But how strong are the winds going to be? I think they're going to be anywhere from about 25 to 35 miles per hour. So that would be categorized as a strong breeze, and it really is, I think, the middle of the afternoon that things are the strongest. I have been warning people because last time that we had a windy Wednesday, and that was just recently, I think it was last week. What happened here was the winds were strong enough that actually we had a lot of large branches come down that it's this time of year you don't realize that, hey, some trees aren't coming back this year. They're dead. Where we literally had the top of our tree that I had to go in my neighbor's yard and clean it up because it was such a substantial wind gust that took it down. And that wind gust is only about 35 miles per hour. So it's still going to be a risk for some of those to fall. There's some brittle branches out there. Some of them were cracked and kind of took a hit from the back-to-back or the couple of winter storms that we had. The ice also weighed down on it because we did have up to a quarter inch, especially the higher you go up. So kind of keep that in mind. On and off strong wind gusts. And of course, as the winds pick up, it's starting to blow that tree pollen around. And we actually got 5 guys on here. We got cedar, elm, hickory, juniper, and alder. The lowest value that I didn't put on here is a hint of maple that's starting to come out. Allergy season's here, y'all. It usually pops in March, but it's really starting to flourish. Jane, you have allergies, right?
I do.
How you doing?
It's tumbleweed and some pollen. I do my neti pot every morning, though.
Oh, you do? Okay, yeah. You seem like you're more proactive than most people, and
Yes.
So. I honestly am lucky enough, and I think that it might hit me eventually, that there's no matter who you are, once everything's yellow, you're starting to suffer a little bit. But at least for right now, it's only at a medium high and not extreme levels. But just like last year, we started around the similar time. By the time you get to the middle of March, that's where things are really going to be shining as far as that yellow glaze, especially heading into April. So the best chance for rain, which is the best friend for some of these pollen spores because it washes them away, is Thursday morning primarily. So if you are driving on the roads anywhere between about 5 and 9, I think you're going to see widespread rain. And then there's a chance for scattered rain for the afternoon and evening. Isolated showers heading into your Friday. But again, I think most of that rain that we're going to see here along the I-85 corridor is going to be during the morning time. So here's a look at our futurecast. So I isolated just our 22 counties that we cover in North Carolina and South Carolina. We see a little bit of a break either side of noon as far as sunshine goes, and then we'll eventually see those clouds roll back in a little bit later on. It will be an overcast overnight, so that's going to keep things on the milder end. But our first signs of rain arrive to the northwest, as they typically do, to close out the evening and begin the overnight hours after midnight. Look at this rain. You're seeing rain rates up to a quarter to a half inch per hour. So I think there could be an hour up here that you have some very heavy rain. I'm concerned about that for the morning commute, and it's no offense to everyone. It's just kind of common knowledge. When it rains here, it turns into pandemonium on the roads. You have a variety of different speeds that people drive at. So if you have a rain like this during the peak of the commute, it is going to be a slower one. Not because some people are just slowing down because of the rain. There will be accidents. There's no way to avoid it. I've never seen a more morning like this not be problematic on the roads. So I think it's, again, primarily during that 5 to 9 range, so we're going to see some of the heavier rain. But this model is showing a higher intensity of the rain than what I was seeing, say, like 4 hours ago. I start looking at this stuff around 2:30, and it has been getting higher and higher, so that's going to affect our totals. But then once you get to about noon, I still think we have some active rain, but it's starting to slip its way to the south at that point, and then this system slows down. It's a stationary front that turns into the quasi-stationary front that kind of just wiggles all over the place, and that's going to lock that rain mainly in South Carolina. However, here's the problem. If this decides to start stalling out over Charlotte and I-85, we are looking at a lot more rain compared to what things are showing. But again, things are mainly trending that it slowly moves through, it moves out, and then you might have a lingering shower heading into your Friday. So your Charlotte rain totals, this is 4 different models that we rely on. You don't really need to know the specifics, but I will say the graph that we're seeing here is the most usually reliable because it takes the now data and then puts it to whatever is happening in the atmosphere. And they are showing up to about an inch. That total has come up substantially. And then the GFS and the Euro are longer range ones. Those ones are a little bit less. So I've been really just saying up to an inch is going to be a possibility, but we are going to have some heavier bands in here. So those pockets will have the potential of over an inch. We desperately need this, and it's mainly going to fall over about a 5-hour period. Then, once we clear things out, we're still going to have some lingering clouds. Boy, is this a perfect weekend. For one, we're starting off March on Sunday, and it's certainly March-like, 76 degrees, nice mixed cloud and sunshine, all right. But you are going to see a significant change heading into next week. It's all about the drops this time of year. We can't have anything nice. Or if we do,
not for too long.
It comes with a price. 76, the upper 40s. I think what we have here is a classic CAD, cold air damming. So that means clouds, a little rain, or at least just sprinkles and that damp feel. That locks our temperatures down. It blocks the sun, and that's usually why you have a forecast like this. But let's flip the page. If you look at the 10-day forecast, you notice once that cold air damming pours out, the dam is broken, well, the temperatures are going to soar once again, lower 60s, transition back to 70 degrees. It's this time of year that our normals are changing. And officially this coming Friday, we're going to have a new normal high of 60 degrees. Now, that's not, hey, we should be 60 degrees. It's an average, of course. But that's one thing to say, because a lot of people say, well, when are we more consistently in the 70s and the 80s? Well, once you get to April 3rd, we start averaging 70 degrees per day. Once you get to May 14th, mid-May, we're averaging 80 degrees today. It's this time of year that our normal highs increase the fastest. So we're starting to really start to see that nice little upswing that every day now, our average is going to change every like 3 to 5 days. And then it turns over to 2 to 4 in that general range. So we are heading in the right direction, up. We're going to be golden. And again, we will see some dips here and there, but the good news is those dips will be shorter lived than what we had during the middle of winter, and they're going to be less harsh, as my native tongue would say up in New England.
Oh, nothing like New England.
Yeah, actually,
At least.
My mom just got JT a new book, and it is in the Boston tongue, and it's called The Lobster Garden.
Oh, love it.
So
That's cute.
Do you have to read it while drinking Dunkin'?
yeah. Oh, yeah. Of course, I have my Dunkin'. You know.
Yeah, of course. So allergy season, just to make sure for my own, like worse, March.
Yes.
We're just ramping up, just like the temps.
Yeah,
we're ramping up.
I think
to
I might
allergy
have
season.
this ready to go. Let's see. So
Bring
by
it.
acclimatology, where we
Okay.
should be, March is usually where we're at a medium level, March 1st. But we're already at a medium high level. So if you
Yes.
kind of put that in, we're already climatologically where we usually are for after the first week of March. So as we're transitioning there, that means we're at least 10 days ahead of schedule. So you can take this data here, then once we get to the extreme level, which is typically early April, I think it's really by mid-March that we're starting to see those higher and the more extreme levels. As far as last year, here's what we had for the peak. The peak, because we started around a very similar time. It was about mid-February that we started seeing these levels. The peak was at April 7th, so that's where we had the absolute highest. So I think that what's going to happen this year, because history tends to repeat itself or rhyme, that will hit the higher and extreme levels by mid-March. We hit the absolute peak by early April, and then about 1 to 2 weeks after that, we start to come down, and it's really the back end of April that you have the permission to wash off your porch without being super frustrated that the yellow came back just a day later.
No kidding. I mean, and just like doubling, for my husband, like to double up on the allergy meds around this time, start getting prepped as well for when that peak comes.
No, that's a great question. Yeah, because it's already begun. People are making their preparations, and it's also the time of year because I'm sorry, this is kind of like a new change to the climate. Before it was mainly a March type of thing. Now we're seeing more and more February starts. So a lot of people are still thinking, hey, it's winter, I think I'm getting sick. Double check. It might be allergies. And for some of you, if you just moved here, you might have an allergy and you don't even realize it. Because there are a bunch, say if you came from New York, there's a bunch of trees that we have here that aren't up there.
Yeah.
That's me.
Hey, there it is. See?
That was me 10 years ago. I was like, what is this?
Right. No, my husband the same. And he's like, I've had allergies, but they've never been worse than they have been since we moved here.
And it's a special breed because before I even moved here, I've always loved the Carolinas, but those videos that you see like the backhoes hitting a tree and then all of a sudden the big burst of yellow comes off.
Yeah.
I was like, why? I was like, I truly, being honest with you, I don't know the true science here, but I think just because we have the right climate that it starts a little bit earlier as far as our warm-ups go, we have the right type of trees that have a little bit more pollen because this is a prime time that we have, I think, some of the worst as far as visibly seeing it that we have in the country. And let's see if I actually have this one because I want to. Here we go. Let's go fully in depth.
Okay.
So this is the most comprehensive but complicated pollen graphic I've had because it literally lists everything. So sometimes it can start in February. Check. Typically lasts from March to June. Peak intensity April. We just proved that even if it starts in February, that's the same thing that happens. Now this is where it's too much information for the everyday. But trees that produce the most pollen are river birch, American beech, hickory, oak, and yellow poplar.
And we're surrounded.
Yeah, those technically haven't gotten going yet.
Okay.
So we haven't. That's why you don't see them right away. There's always the ones that come a little bit. We're already seeing the forsythias, those little pink flowers that you see. Those are the first flowers to say, "Hey, spring is in the air." But here's the master list. Ooh. Now, as you see, it's like it's too small for me to read. There's like the crepe myrtles that are on here, sweet gums, red maple, pretty much every tree you can imagine, and anything that you see that's yellow, that's not making you sneeze. It's microscopic things. So that's why you're already starting to be affected by this as of right now. And I'm seeing values come up, but it's just like the stock market. Whenever you see a stock that goes straight up, it usually starts to come down before it comes back up. So that's going to be the thing. Rainy days will wash it away. Even if it doesn't have rain to wash it away, it's constantly just these spikes until you get to late March and early April, and then eventually it does the same thing, head in the opposite direction.
Do your allergies feel better, James? Are you acclimated?
No, my head just hurt looking at that chart. This big chart that Chris has, that big red in April, like my head's just hurting thinking about it.
See, it's appropriate though, right?
It is. I told my husband last week, we got to get those purifiers out because, it doesn't, just because you keep your doors and windows closed, it just sneaks in through the system and into your house, and it's all kinds of crazy. You can't even see it.
And one more thing, because I do have this one as well. So quoting Coldplay, why is it all yellow? Well, it's pine pollen that's the most visible. So you're really waiting on the pines, like even though some of the other visible ones are like the birch trees and such, but that's the ones that really radiate all of that yellow. So pine grains are often 2 to 3 times larger than some of the hardwood trees. So that's why this is usually the ones that you see visible plumes. And if you live near a lot of pines, that's why you might have everything all yellow. I have a yellow house, so that definitely helps. And then pine pollen, look at the difference. Oak pollen is 0.03 millimeters. It's almost 0.1 millimeters. So you're literally, you can visibly see it. And again, it's the ones that are less than these, usually close to about 0.01 millimeters. Those are the ones that are affecting the nasal patches. Actually, usually goes to nanometers, the ones that really affect us.
Nanometers. Okay. Well, I know we're going to be talking about this as we get closer to mid-March, April.
I'm so sorry, guys.
Just a little taste.
Best wishes.
Of the allergies. Jeez, thank you. Yeah, get used to that neti pot. I keep on recommending. I think
I've
it
never
helps.
used it.
I think it's great. I mean, yeah, it's kind of waterboarding, but you're doing it on yourself.
Yeah, I don't think I can do it. Like, I kind of freak out if I'm drinking
Yeah,
too much.
I
Like, if
know.
I was like, oh my God, I'm drowning myself.
Just go all the way through. All right, too much information, I'm sure.